All right, so remember there's three, what we're looking for in all of these cases is if a horizontal asymptote occurs, right? And we look at, for that, we look at the exponent at the top and the bottom. If the exponent in the top is more than the bottom, then what happens? Doesn't exist. Good. If the exponent in the top is equal to the bottom, then it's what? Leading coefficient. Good. And if the exponent in the top is less than the bottom? 0. Good. So if I look at A, or if I look number 1, the exponent in the top is 1, the one in the bottom is 2, top is smaller than bottom, so the limit there is 0. Number 2, we have to first condense this down to one fraction. So I would make that 2 over 1, give it its like denominator by multiplying by x, and I get 4 minus 2x over x. And exponent in the top is same as bottom. So we do the leading coefficient, which would be negative 2 over, there's a positive 1 on the front of that x to the first. So negative 2 should have been the limit for 2. Raise your hand if you got them both right. Good. Questions? All right, then we got into our sequences. So this is, for these, they just asked for the limit. So you don't have to find the first however many terms. On the quiz, it might ask for the first 5 terms and then the limit, okay? Or it could just ask for the limit. If it's asking for the limit, the easiest thing to do is fall back on our horizontal asymptotes rules. So for 3, these are both raised to the first power. They are the same, so this is leading coefficient, which is 7/4. And 4, what's true about the exponent in the top and the bottom? The one in the top is bigger than the one in the bottom, which means? Good. What work? Oh, I didn't say you had to. Yep. First of all, what do you have to do here before you can find the limit? I would have to change this so it has a like denominator, so I'd get 4x squared minus 1 over x squared. Now, what's true about the exponents? They're the same, which means my limit would be where? At 4, or your horizontal asymptote, and then your limit. If you look at your solutions, there were 2 that had a horizontal asymptote at 4, okay? Which means I have to fall on other pieces of information. Another thing you can look at is your vertical asymptotes. You remember how you find vertical asymptotes? Set the bottom equal to 0. So I would have a vertical asymptote at 0. Graphs cannot cross through the vertical asymptote. They can cross through a horizontal. The horizontal asymptote affects the outsides of your graph, but at no point can a graph cross through the vertical asymptote. So you're looking for a graph that's either here, when it's squared, they're both facing the same way, there or there, or there or there, but not crossing through the vertical asymptote, which is at 0. So for number 1, there were 2 that both had the horizontal asymptote the same. You got to then fall on your vertical asymptote to find the other one.